Basically, yeah, my story is like I was struggling for years in and out the fellowship meetings and stuff like that, Narcotics Anonymous since 2010. I just didn't take on any suggestions from anybody. I sort of tried to do it my way, basically. But you know, in the end, I ended up in a homeless shelter, and none of my family were talking to me. So, yeah, I phoned up for like 3 months to get into that rehab in Rushden. I just knew something inside had changed, that I just had enough. So yeah, I've done that. Started volunteering at the rehab as well. I loved that, what I was doing, getting to help the next guy sort of thing, and that's why I applied for CGL.
So if you just tell us what it means to be a recovery champion at CGL.
Being a recovery champion for me, being an addict myself, in recovery, just getting to help other addicts, basically, you know. It's a big thing for me, being able to do that. I work a 12-step program, so step 12 basically is passing the message on. So when I got clean, basically, that was this was the sort of job I wanted to do anyway. I went to a local rehab in Rushden, done 6 months there, and then done 3 months aftercare. Started volunteering here for S2S in Wellingborough. Applied for a job straight away. I was quite lucky. It doesn't always work out that way, but I applied for a job in Northampton. Got the job, and yeah. So and then I transferred here in December last year, so it's a bit closer to where I live. But since I've worked here, I can honestly say it's a massive part of my recovery today. Getting to do what I do. I do the initial and first point of contact for the service user coming in the doors, and I get to assess them, see where they're at, get all the details off them, and obviously direct them to mutual aid, like stuff like the Bridge Project, and like fellowship meetings like Narcotics Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous, and Cocaine Anonymous. So yeah, it's good getting to do that, and yeah, basically.
And obviously you mentioned before that you help people get onto the service and everything, and you're that first point of call. What kind of, have you heard back from them, and how much they feel this has helped them?
Definitely, I mean, like, so in between, like, after doing the assessment, before they're allocated to a key worker, I always say to the client that, you know, if you need any sort of support in between now and speaking to your key worker, you're welcome to phone me. And I do that. I mean, it's not really on the job description, to be honest, but I am a recovery champion, and that's what we're here for, to be able to support them when they first come through the door. I mean, it is really busy. We've got a lot of people coming through, so it does help that I can sort of give them that extra support in between now, you know, in between that first assessment. So yeah, I mean, I do get feedback from a lot of clients and saying how I mean, I think for me, like, if I was coming into this service, you know, when I was in active addiction, and it was somebody talking to me who's been there and, you know, and led that lifestyle and know exactly where they're at and how they're feeling, it would definitely have meant a lot to me. So I'm able to do that with them. There's nothing really much that they can say to me that I haven't sort of experienced myself. I was quite in a bad way.
And what would you say is like your favourite part of this position?
Getting to do what I do. I mean, honestly, I'm so blessed in my recovery today, and I can say that, and I truly mean it. You know, like, I've never woke up in this job and like thought, oh, I've got to go to work, I can't be bothered going to work, and I've never had that with this job. I used to drive forklifts and stuff like that, and in active addiction and stuff, but I never really could hold down a job for much longer than a year, really. So it's the longest job I've ever been in. It doesn't even feel like a job, really. Sometimes it's like something I love doing. So yeah, I get a lot out of it, you know, and I hope that I can sort of, like I say, that first point of contact is really important for any somebody in active addiction coming through the door. So, like I say, I know I've been there myself before, and I mean, even just asking for help is a big thing, and accepting the help is massive, you know. So,